Very good. Hello everybody. Welcome back to the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's the only podcast in the world that is a complete shit show. I am Turch, and with me is my co-host, the CEO, the man that really loves to clean the concrete. It's Kieran. How you doing, buddy?
I was cleaning concrete, yes.
I'm rubbing off on you, mate. I'm rubbing off on you.
I had the hose in the hand, the high pressure hose, and there I was getting all the mud and shit. Because there's, not to bother the listeners.
Yes.
But the whole street, the curb's been dug up. They've put it nice, brand new, fresh concrete. Fresh curbs.
Crisp.
They laid dirt, but then it's rained and a bit of the mud over it. And it was so I was like, I'm going to clean the concrete. And as I'm cleaning it, I'm going, I hope my fucking housemate doesn't take a photo of this. Like, I won't, and Sunday, he'll be gaming.
Yeah.
There'll be no need for him to walk out to the kitchen, see what I'm doing, and take a photo. And then, of course, he tells me later in the evening and sent me the photo. There I go. Yeah.
And it got sent to the only other man that would understand. And I'm very proud of you. You know what? Can I put it out there, though? Do you understand now why we do it?
And I was like, this is real. This is white. This is white concrete. It's not being fucking muddied, ruined.
I understand why they do this now. It looks fresh. It looks clean. You know.
It was very satisfying.
The high pressure cleaner, like that thing's just a godsend to us wogs.
I feel like I'm an honorary wog.
I was very proud of you. I'm gonna put it out there. I saw it. I think Niall was like, "Oh, look at this guy! Like what an idiot! Like, beautiful! What?
I knew you'd have my back.
Doing the Lord's work. Well, I've got a bit of a story. Have you got a rant?
I do.
You start with the rant.
Hospital parking. What a fucking ripoff.
Yeah, I know.
What a ripoff. But that's all I have to say. It's just when your friend's in hospital.
Yes.
And you go to visit them, the fucking parking costs an arm and a leg to get there.
Yeah.
Of course, there's no parking around. But anyway, that's beside. I also got told off by another nurse in the hospital. This is becoming a theme every time I go into hospitals.
You just go, well, I'm a doctor. And they're like, well, you can kill yourself.
See, nurses don't know that they walk into the room and they haven't got the pre-conversation that you're having with one another.
Yeah.
But she walked in right when I said to my friend who's in hospital, I'm like, well, if you're going to be miserable, you might as well be miserable with a bottle of wine.
That's true. I'll give you that. And as a psychologist, as a doctor of psychology, I know better than you.
To her reply saying, like, really offended and whatnot, the patient can't have any alcohol or wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also hate the hospital parking because the specialist, like the obstetrician for Jess and I, is at a hospital, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've got to park at the
hospital. It's better than them working out of the garage.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I mean, if your obstetrician was cheaper and you could see them operating out of their garage, would you?
Yeah, because they're going to still have to pull the baby out at the hospital. I wouldn't do it if it was a man obstetrician in a garage, though.
Okay.
But we got a female one, so it's
okay.
all good. But yeah, the fact is that I'm a patient there, and the patient still has to pay for parking.
It's
you know
a
what
scam.
I mean? Like
and they don't validate it for the patient?
Nah. Luckily, the hospital is down the road from my parents' house, so sometimes I just drop Jess off. She waits. I drive to my parents' house. I walk down. And I just save on the parking there. And because if it was like $2, I'd be like, whatever. But it could be up to like 10.
Or 15 or 20.
15 or 20. Like, you don't know, depending on the time, day, week, month, moon, cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So I got two stories.
Okay.
It was Father's Day on the weekend.
It was, yes.
And both of these stories involve my grandparents.
Excellent.
So you know you love them. So We're at my parents' house for Father's Day. Dad's already a bit tipsy. I bought him a bottle of Starwood. He thought it was the greatest gift he ever got in his life.
Excellent. I feel like he would do that with basically every bottle of booze.
You say that, but my brother got him gin, and he was very happy about that. And then we got the bottle of Starwood out, and we drank half a bottle.
Excellent. Okay. Which one? Which Starwood?
Just the bottom one. I'm not going to spend more than $70 on the guy for... I'm not paying $150 on the guy. That's wedding value.
I understand.
So we're at my parents' house. We're enjoying a lovely couple of drinks. So my nonno in front of him has a glass of red wine, and we're all sipping, enjoying this. And then my nonna goes to him, Rocco, you're talking with your hands. You're not gonna spill the wine all over the place. And nonno's like, you bloody... No, I'm not. Shut up, you know.
Yeah. With the hand movement.
With the hand movement. You can feel the hand movements through the microphone. Anyway, so I'm trying to set it up how the table was. Nonno was at the head of the table at the back.
Yeah.
Then across from each other was Nonno and Jess. And Jess had Dweezil on her lap.
Yeah.
And I was next to Jess.
Okay.
So that's how the table was sort of
So you're very far away from the wine.
Well, he is...
Wait.
Yeah.
Is the wine opposite Jess?
Yeah, well, opposite Jess. Because Nonno's opposite Jess, but Nonno's at the head of the table.
Nonno's at the head of... Yeah, got it.
And I'm next to Jess, like to her right. Beautiful. That's how the table's set up. Easy. So Nonna says it again. Rocco, you gotta knock at the wine. Shut up, this and that. And this just reminded me of the time you saw Jess and I have what you thought was a fight, like a domestic. And we're like, no, that's just how we talk to each other. It's funny because I talked to my uncle recently.
Yeah.
About
you just yell.
Yeah,
You're just loud
like,
and you yell.
Me and Frank.
I've been talking to the neighbours because you're moving house.
Yeah.
They're all three of them, all three houses next to you are wrapped that you're moving.
Yeah.
Finally, peace and quiet in the neighbourhood.
But louder than the construction.
They feel that you're just under the noise complaint levels.
That's good. Yeah. It's room soundproof, so we're good.
But they're very happy that you're going.
That's right. So Nonna says to Nonno about 4, 5, maybe 6 times he's going to knock the wine. We're talking about... I can't even remember what we're talking about. Lo and behold, Nonno flicks his hands out, knocks the wine over. It goes all over the tablecloth, and a little bit drops onto Jess. And Nonna doesn't care about the tablecloth, but Jess got a little bit wet. Bloody Rocco, what'd you do? I told you too many bloody times.
Anyway, you can't have wine falling on your guest.
We're all guests at my parents' house. So then my mum's like to my nonna, shut up, like, you know, he's having a good time, let him talk with his hands. Yeah. And then just like, I feel kind of bad for nonna, because she sort of said it like 8 times, you know. So there's a second part to this.
She was preempting the wine spill.
She was preempting the thing. So we're talking, and in between the 8 times that Nonna says to Nonno and the, like, you know, don't spill the wine, and the spilling of the wine, we're talking about the salami.
Oh my god.
Okay. So if you remember in episodes ago, this is called a reset, by the way, just in case it's the first episode you ever listened to, my family made salami. And the first time I made it was my uncle and I, but with the nonni assisting. And they said we're not doing the salami right because it wasn't the right moon.
Yeah, so you were trying to learn the family trade / secrets, but you fucked up, and everyone knew. Once again, I went down to the town square, and people were talking that you made this salami with the moon was wrong.
The moon was wrong.
Yeah.
So anyway, it doesn't matter. But you know what? You've tried the salami, Steph, my mum, everyone's tried the salami. Everyone's like, tastes good.
It was all right.
Well,
would have been better with the moon being right.
So 2 weeks later, I make it with the nonni, but it's their batch.
Yeah.
And apparently the moon was correct for them. I'm like, okay, whatever. Move that to the side. Anyway, their salami is ready now.
I feel like Italy, not having been there, runs off on the fucking moon. And if you don't know that, you're going to be like, what is happening with this country? And everyone's like, oh, the moon.
I told you when I was in Italy, like we're in a country town, like a far out country sort of town in the middle of nowhere, and we're catching a train. And my mum went up to not the conductors, but the people behind the glass, like the train assistants.
Yeah.
And they go, when is the train? And they go, soon. No, every half hour. Every half hour.
Okay.
I was like, okay, but what time? Like
12, 12:15.
12:15.
Yep.
And they just go, no, every half hour. And I feel like that's what this is about the moon. It's the same sort of logic. You know? So anyway, my grandparents made the salami in the right moon, or it helped us, and it's ready. And I go, and they brought some for my mum. I knew it was different because mine was all in my fridge. I've got like 10 kilos of salami in my fridge. And theirs looked a bit different. Theirs was like more...
proper.
No, like mine looked like little sausages.
Yeah.
Theirs was more like a sorpresa, so it was like a flat and wide.
Ah, okay. Right.
So, but the same sort of thing all around. And I go, how's your salami? They're like, yours is better. Yours tastes better. The other ones are not as good. And I go, you know what you did wrong there, Nonna? Was the moon was wrong for you guys.
Oh, dear God. You're about to start World War III.
So that's where we're at with the nonni there. That's...
How did she take that with the moon comment?
She just yelled at Nonna about the wine. Took it out on him.
Oh, what a great Father's Day.
What a happy Father's Day, all the fathers out there.
Celebrating Father's Day next week with my old man.
Yeah.
So
just after Fremantle lose.
After Fremantle win. I'm not gonna lie, I might have to cancel again because I might be hungover.
See, both ways you'll be hungover. You'll be like, Collingwood won, I have to cry myself to sleep. Or then Freo won, I have to go to the strippers.
By the way, did you know how many people were in fucking Crown on Saturday night?
I'm sure it was packed.
You could not fucking move.
Yeah.
Also lost $90.
Well, that's not bad. It could have been worse.
And fucking Burger and Blaine walk away with like $400 each.
Oh, that's not bad.
I know.
Good for
I know.
them.
I was like, all I need to do was just copy one of them.
Yeah, true. That's true.
I was trying to be very like, 34 is my basketball number.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to be like, I'm going to put money on 34. I was like, all right, first 10 goes. Of course it's not going to land on 34. But, I'll just keep going. Like, don't change your strategy.
Yeah. Because it's the same probability every time. Especially when it comes to roulette. That's how it works.
Yeah, I know. But
it's not like it goes, oh, we've already done 22, so if it lands at 22 again, we just respin it. It could be 22 times in a row.
34 is bound to turn up.
That's true. Yeah.
Bound to turn up.
It did, but it was just on another table.
I just didn't have enough money to keep going.
I got a bit of a rant, Kieran. I'm going to show you some footage.
Excellent.
And you tell me what's going on.
Okay. Looks like we're sort of at a workplace in the lobby. Just corporate female lawyer.
And then... Okay, so do you know who this is?
And now she's in an office and there's another colleague or boss with a bit of sass.
Okay, so what we got here, this is from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, don't tell me this is fucking Super League or Wonder Justice or whatever the fuck it's called.
This is She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, that's
Attorney at Law. And this is She-Hulk on this side here. Mm-hmm. And this is the rapper Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, do you know what Megan Thee Stallion has sung?
No idea.
You know the song WAP?
Uh-huh.
One half of that is her. The other half is Cardi B. So in this episode here, we find out that this She-Hulk character is now becoming Megan Thee Stallion's...
This is why I don't watch fucking Marvel anymore. There's too many plots and characters and universes.
So I just want you to have a look at like what She-Hulk looks like, and we'll get... and
green.
Yeah, but... the same sort of CG as Shrek.
Yeah.
Like, it's like what Fiona looks like.
In Shrek.
Yeah. Okay, but let's keep going. That's not exactly what I have the issue with, but we'll go from here.
Just initial.
Do I need to put my headphones on for this?
You can put your headphones on for this. Why not? That'd be good.
It's a little bit weird looking at.
Alright, here we go. I'll start from the start again, because,
Hi, there's my new favorite client. Just your signature there. And then just...
Look how cheap it looks.
Good. And
it looks like that is a green screen.
Okay, so now we've got this white guy, obviously like the owner of the firm or someone high important, is going to see what She-Hulk and Megan Thee Stallion are doing.
They're dancing in the office.
They're dancing in the office.
Listening to rap,
Listening to a Megan Thee Stallion song.
Yeah. Twerking, nice.
Twerking,
yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
These look like almost the two girls on Saturday night.
Oh, you are way more fun than my last lawyer. I will kill for you, Megan Thee Stallion. Dial it back.
Okay, so that's the clip. Now, my rant about stuff is there's two things. One is definitely bad CG. Like Marvel is owned by Disney, the biggest company in the hit. Like,
They should have good CG.
They should have, no matter how cheap the show is, like their CG department, like all those. Chinese...
That looks like that should be on the fucking Disney TV show back in like the 2000s.
Yeah, like I said, it looks like the height of animation in the early 2000s was Shrek.
Yeah.
You know, like Pixar and Shrek. And that Shrek is DreamWorks.
That looked like
crap
and massive green screen. Like, yeah.
It didn't look real. And so it was right in that uncanny valley. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to put that to a side.
Are you watching She-Hulk?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No. I'm only using that clip because one, it's in the media right now. And two, my rant is twerking.
Because I think you should watch She-Hulk and report back to this podcast.
Even Jess won't watch She-Hulk. She's a woman. You know, what the ones that can have the baby.
Because I was going to say, She-Hulk is not us. All right, twerking.
Okay, I'm going to put it out there.
Can you twerk?
No.
Okay.
I've never really tried.
I think you should try twerking.
No, because no matter who does it, it's not sexy at all. It's meant to be this alluring thing, like, ooh, amazing, sexy, like, good. And I've seen many people, men and women.
The female walks over to the spot and starts to twerk. This is a mating call for the male. Like, I feel like you could just do that David Attenborough voiceover thing.
True. But never found it attractive. And you know what? It's not, in this case here, they're trying to be like, use it for empowerment, maybe. But it's not empowering. It's sexualizing yourself.
Well, I just saw sexualizing yourself in an office,
which is degrading.
Yeah.
So, and the other purpose you can use it for is like to have fun, but it's not fun if it's trying to be empowering and trying to be sexy. And look,
leave the twerking for the pole.
But you know what? I've seen strippers do it, like at my Bucks night, and I was like, But if they could do pole dancing...
the pole dancing is actually quite impressive.
That's amazing. And it's hot.
And they're flipping upside down. Yeah.
But if they're just up there twerking, I'm like, sorry, it's next. You know. What are your thoughts on twerking? Do you think it's attractive?
No. Twerking to me doesn't seem that impressive. It's just like a low-hanging dance.
Yeah, that's how I feel it's like doing... what's that called? Like the flossing.
Yeah.
Or like... You know, it feels like it's in that weird thing of everyone can.
It's the Hungry Jacks of the fast food.
It is.
Yeah, it's not a Macca's.
No.
But it's a...
No, it's only Nutbush. Nutbush is Macca's. And then it's Hungry Jacks with your...
with your twerking.
With your twerking, that's right.
What's our KFC then?
Oh, bus stop. Everyone kind of knows it, but not really.
I don't know the bus stop.
Or the hustle.
Yeah,
the creme de la creme, like the gourmet chef burger place, is 100% Superman That Hoe by Soulja Boy.
Oh,
yo, boom. Do you know how many times I've wanted to cover that song with my bands? And everyone's like, we're not covering that song. I get a lot of pushback, but I have good ideas.
Can you cover Fleetwood Mac Dreams?
Yeah, we could do that.
Fuck yeah.
Maybe we'll play that song. Maybe it's already Maybe it's on the set list already, or maybe something else is on the set list for you, Keith.
Don't fucking tell me freestylers on the set list.
At the show,
Freestyler, rock the microphone.
Palling Brothers Brewery on the 22nd of October in Heathcote. You're absolutely correct. Palling Brothers in Heathcote. 22nd of October at 8 o'clock. Come and listen to my band, Nordenprost. It's an Oktoberfest band. Follow us on Facebook and all that sort of fun stuff.
And if you live in America, come to Australia. We're open.
Yeah, it'll be video. I'll put some videos up and stuff like that. But check me out. I'm playing guitar. It's great. I like playing guitar.
And I'll be there
You'll
drinking.
Be there? Me too. Post show. I've got a designated driver for at least another 9 months. So yes, that's pretty good. Kieran, got some news or another rant or?
I do have a rant. Interest rates have been rising, Turch. And no doubt you have probably asked this question. How will you survive, especially if there is a recession?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm selling 2 houses to buy another one. So,
yeah, well, Turch, thank God for the porn stars, because there is the porn stars guide to surviving the recession.
Oh, really? Yep. Twerking. Number 1.
No.
So what should I do to survive the recession? 1, get my cock out.
Yes.
That's good. That's a start.
Sorry, it's now gone behind a paywall.
Behind a paywall. Well, while you're trying to work that out, I'll talk about another porn star.
Oh, this is great. I had the whole freaking article. Anyway, give me a second.
Do you know who Mia Khalifa is?
I've heard the name.
She's a porn star.
Yeah.
She's no longer doing porn.
Have we covered her on this podcast?
I think so. She always says like really stupid shit for someone who is in porn. She was trying to sue Pornhub at one stage because Pornhub was still uploading her videos and not paying her.
Yeah,
or
right.
Brazzers or
Yeah,
one of the, like, it's like, oh, there's people are still they're still selling my videos without paying me, and Brazzers or Pornhub or whatever it is was just like, yeah, we paid you like the $5-6 grand it was to be in the film.
And that's all you get.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get residuals.
You don't get, yeah.
You don't get, like, you don't get anything like that.
Get a better agent.
Yeah, well, I don't think she could have gone there. Anyway,
Hey.
Nonetheless, she's now got a podcast and she makes some really, like, she's a stupid fucking retarded woman.
Uh-huh.
And even when I try to cross-examine these sort of things, and I try to ask women about stuff before I bring them on the show and say they're stupid. Because, like, it's easy to bring in a stupid story about a man. Because every story we talk about is about a man doing something stupid. But then we bring women into the show and I'm like, I have to make sure that they're actually stupid. Like, the Abbie Chatfield thing, we're going to talk about her later. She's absolutely stupid. And I confirmed that with my wife.
Okay, great.
Right? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I confirm it with a woman and I get their opinion. And opinion I respect.
So we can't be called sexist on this podcast.
No, because every joke that I say was written by a woman.
It's been vetted.
It's been vetted and written by a woman. Uh-huh. I'm just presenting what they've written.
Okay.
Very good. This is a purely scripted show, as you can tell. But Mia Khalifa, it said some really crazy stuff, all that sort of stuff. And she's,
she said crazy stuff and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Please elaborate.
Okay. Well, in this case here, she's now mocking Leonardo DiCaprio's latest breakup because he broke up with his girlfriend, who was a model. Because he's 42, 43, something like that. Yeah. Probably the biggest star in Hollywood now. I can't think of anyone bigger.
He's been around since he was like 16.
Yeah, it's Titanic.
Yeah.
And he was...
And he's just constantly appeared and he hasn't fucked up.
I don't think has he been really in a bad film? Like maybe The Man in the Iron Mask, but that was very early in his career. Everything else has been
pretty fucking good.
Top. Like Inception. What's it called?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. He's worked with Scorsese. He's worked with
The Island or The Departed.
The Departed, amazing film as well. Yeah. Solid career all the way through. Probably one of the best actors ever been. Right. But he's just broken up with his girlfriend who just turned 25, a model, this and that. He's already dating another 22-year-old. And Mia Khalifa, a porn star, is saying that maybe the girls he dates outgrow him.
Okay.
Instead. So the whole thing is, I'll summarize it because it's a long sort of article. She's saying that based on science, and everyone loves when porn stars use science, she's saying that, women don't fully develop their brain until they're 25. And
well, no, fucking humans don't develop their brain until they're 25.
Put that to a side. So because of that, that's why he never dates anyone over 25, because that's when their brains are too matured and they're too smart for him.
Too smart for him, okay.
All right? And that's what she's saying. So, yes. So the first thing I said was, well, that works for both men and for women.
Yeah.
So let's put that to a side. It's not really an argument now. And now you're psychoanalyzing this man who's very smart, great actor, a smart person, has never had any, he's never been in the media for anything negative, apart from dumping girlfriends. Now, do you remember that episode of South Park where they talk about the sex addiction? Mm-hmm. And they're all sitting around the table and they're like, why would a man want to become successful? Just to have sex with women. And then they're looking over at the woman. That is exactly... And I shit you not, Jess said that to me. That's why I'm saying a woman wrote this bit. Jess goes, remember that bit in Seinfeld, in South Park where they're all saying about the sex thing? That's exactly what this is. He's a rich, powerful, successful, and quite attractive, man, still to this day. He's only in his 40s.
Yeah.
He's only 10 years older than us.
He's still fucking got it.
He's still making fantastic films and making right decisions in his career. High value male. That younger women still find attractive. And you know what? If he can
keep fucking
22-year-old.
Good for him.
Good for him. Me and Khalifa, on the other hand.
Hugh Hefner.
I know. He was. Did you see those Playboy bunnies come out and say, we had to give him blowjobs, or we, And it's like, yeah, well, if you didn't, you wouldn't be at the Playboy
Mansion.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, you wouldn't be with Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, you wouldn't be as famous as you are now. No one would be caring about what you said. But Khalifa, I think maybe he's a little bit bitter about it because she's sort of past that hurdle now, and she's, in her late 20s, early 30s.
She's maybe past the prime of being
potential
of being a porn star.
I think there might be some bitterness in there, and I'm gonna put it out there. If Leonardo DiCaprio saw this article, he'd be like, "Who the fuck is this idiot?"
He would not be faced by it.
Yeah, it's like I'm dating Victoria's Secret models, and you've had more cock and cum in you than I've ever had in me as a man. I don't really respect that as an opinion.
Love it.
Yeah. Kieran, you got some more for us?
All right, I've got the article up now. We're good to go.
Okay.
So, a porn star's guide to surviving the recession, Turch. And I figured we could all get a bit of advice.
It's good to learn. It's good to learn.
Yeah. First one is diversification.
Okay. So if you've got no money, this is what you do with it.
If you are a porn star, you should probably also consider OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Diversify.
Oh, okay.
Diversify.
I get what you're saying now. So take more pictures of your butthole.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could also lose your platform at any moment.
Yeah, good.
It could happen. Okay.
So if Alex Jones could, and Andrew Tate can, who else will?
So you need to sell your content on as many sites as possible.
Okay.
You need to diversify across all different platforms.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so there's step number 1. Step number 2, savings.
Okay.
You're going to sell your body on the internet. You're going to make a lot of money. But you have to save.
Did the financial feminists write this article?
You need to put 20 to 30% of your income away for taxes, then another 20 to 30% for retirement.
Oh my God.
Save, porn stars.
So they're saying basically 50% of your... Usually the rule is, when it comes to like a general rule, is 50% of your salary goes to your mortgage or your rent.
But these are making money with no tax, so they have to save money for their tax as well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. And then 30% is like your living expenses, like your electricity, water, gas, food. And then like 20% is your everything else. And whatever you don't spend, that's what you put into the savings. Because that means you always, like, you're living paycheck to paycheck, but you always got the money for things.
Yeah, there's always money
and eventually
there.
you will start saving. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one here, they're almost saying, okay, well, before you even
do anything, put the money away. So
you're going to put it away. Yeah. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Probably good advice. Because you're flush with money, you're young, you're going to spend a lot of money. Adaptation. Yep. You need to make sure that the bad times are going to happen. So you need to make sure that you adapt. So you might consider creating TikTok or other social accounts like Instagram and sell different things.
You know, they're talking about diversification and sell different things, this and that. The amount of women who actually do make a living or enough of a living to be able to save and do all those sort of things on these platforms is like a small percentage. Mm-hmm. Like, I think it was a big thing with podcasts. Like 95% of podcasts get one person to listen to them. And then anything more than that, you're in like the top 5 or 10% of podcasts. But there's only like the top 1% is Joe Rogan level. And there's not even many outside the top 1%. Yeah. Yeah. That no one listens to the other 95%. No one listens to us. No one listens to that 95%.
I like to think that we're in that 5% threshold.
You know what? With some episodes we are. But most of the time it's like, not really. Like we're just a bunch of idiots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's the same for these OnlyFans women. Like, there is only maybe 5% of them are actually making more than $1,000 a month.
Yeah, probably not many of them aren't making a lot, but you need to. But Turch, if you're working for the porn studios, you need to diversify by creating an OnlyFans, and you must never forget the golden rule. When people ask, "How did you become a top performer?" they expect me to say anal, a special brand of doggy, or something really dirty. The answer is none of the above. I succeeded because I work by the golden rule. I treat others how they want to be treated, and I show up on time and prepared for my work.
So I guess, like, if you're sleeping in your bed and then you wake up, you're already at work. That's pretty easy. It's pretty easy.
So there you go, Turch. That's how to survive the recession.
It sounds like these women should just get a job at McDonald's just in case. You know what I mean? Just in case. Like,
that's diversifying.
That's diversifying. That's, learning an actual skill. And once they hit 30 and they're no longer the attractive women that they are at 22 and they're deciding that they've made lots of mistakes in their life, at least they'll have McDonald's to fall back on. But wouldn't that be really disappointing? Like, you get 30 and like, I'm making $8 a month or something, or a fortnight or whatever, It's like, it's not worth it anymore because I'm posting 50 photos a day to these 50 sites. So you go, stuff it, I'm going to get a job at McDonald's or wherever I can. And people walk in and go, hey. Well, speaking about taxes, Kieran, a couple of...
they could create their own McDonald's monopoly for porn stars.
True. Why not?
Play to win.
Play to win. Or lose your soul. Biden's giving everyone 10 grand back if you got the...
Now, I called bullshit a couple of weeks ago on this.
It's fucking true.
I'm backpedaling right now, and yes, you were right. Well done.
Thank you. I'm 100% right. I'm always right about taxes and people scamming me. Here's the extra scam. Here's the addition on top of the scam.
Where's the Australian one?
We did. We had Victoria. They're paying people...
Oh, no, that's just nurses.
Yeah, no, but it's still, that's $30,000, $40,000 a degree. That's how much you paid in tax this year. You paid for someone else's degree before your own.
How dare they?
I know, right? Here's one for you. So Biden's giving out this money, 10 grand, pay for this. North Carolina says it will tax Biden's student loan forgiveness, and 3 more states are likely to follow suit. So you get the 10 grand to pay off your student loan, and the state goes, we'll take 40 to 50% of that. Oh, it's the blind leading the stupid here.
And the winner, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Let's just say they've got 1 million people with student debt. They all get 10 grand each. So $10 million. Let's just say that's the number. Oh, it's more. It'll
be 100 million.
100 million. $100 million. No more. $1 billion. 1 million people. $1 billion.
$1 billion
come in. So they're getting $500 million from the federal government from this.
And then the federal government will tax them.
Yeah, I know. Amazing. There's 3 more here. Kieran, I know you went to a Bucks night. How crazy of a night have you had? I don't think you've ever had a night as crazy as this man. Italian man was diagnosed with COVID, monkeypox, and HIV at the same time. A 36-year-old Italian man appears to be the first documented case of diagnosis with COVID, monkeypox, and HIV at the same time. His infections are clear, but his monkeypox and COVID issues have gone, but he has still on the HIV treatment. In the case report, the infected described how the became sick with a fever, sore throat, and headache. And after he returned from a 5-day trip from Spain, came back and he had all 3.
Wow. He had a party that weekend.
What do you got for us, Kieran?
Well, I did have a wild weekend, but not as wild as this. I feel like this is now the second time in maybe 12 months we've had this story of something very similar. Another teenager has been hospitalized after a USB cable is stuck inside his penis.
Oh, we have had a story like this.
Another teenager first saw... this was reported back in November 2021. Another teenager has arrived at the hospital with exactly the same problem, sticking a USB cable which has become tangled and knotted.
That's far down your urethra.
Yeah, and
that's really far around. My question is, right, this is a USB cable, right? And we've all seen what a USB cable looks like. Yeah, so he's opened up his... How big does your urethra get?
The urethra's not that big.
But that gentleman has obviously put one side of that's how big it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. 1.5 centimeters wide, like half an inch. Mm-hmm. That's half an inch you got to widen your urethra, either vertically or
I feel like there's a lot of blood.
I feel like this is something... Do you remember...
a lot of lube and a lot of praying.
Do you remember the video of the guy that sat down on the glass jar and it broke in his ass?
No.
You've seen that video? Jesus Christ, I've been on the way too long. There's this old video from the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, of this guy, and he's training himself to widen, have gaping assholes. That was his sort of fetish.
Okay, yeah.
And he made his asshole wide. He's filming himself, made his asshole wide, and he sits on a glass jar. And the glass...
You probably just stick to sex toys.
The glass jar...
No.
breaks inside of him.
No. Oh.
And it's all on video, and he doesn't even make a sound, this and that. And it finally came out, someone interviewed him about it. There's a video on this...
I feel like you'd need surgery, and then you wouldn't be able to sit down on your ass for...
Well, there's a YouTube channel called Wang, and he's great. And he, found out about it. And the guy, this is my thing. I've done glass jars 1 million times before. I've done a whole bunch of things, gaping assholes are my thing. And this just happened to be the time, a couple, I filmed myself a couple of times doing this. This one here just happened to be the break inside me. I went to hospital.
It's like ass roulette.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a very specific niche of these people who do these sort of things. I kind of understand the asshole thing because as a guy, you can hit your prostate. Mm-hmm. But your urethra, there's nothing you can push up there that it's going to hit.
It's just painful.
Yeah, it seems like it's more of a torture thing rather than a pleasurable thing. Maybe that's just one guy's, point of view that, I've never done it. I don't plan
Report
to.
back next week. You've got a couple of tasks to do.
Where were you on the weekend, Turch? I was in hospital. Why? I wasn't for Jess.
And then I'll be visiting you in hospital complaining about the parking.
And it'd be like 301. Here's one for you, Kieran. Speaking of doctors, overweight patients more likely to disagree with their doctors. So, a new paper in family practice published by Oxford University Press indicates overweight patients are more inclined to disagree with their healthcare providers on advice on weight loss and lifestyle. The WHO, the World Health Organization, estimates nearly obesity has tripled in the last 40 years, and general practitioners have been key to that sort of thing. Studies shows aim to analyze whether the interaction between patients and their doctors, as measured by their disagreement on information and advice given during the consultation, varied according to the patient's body mass index. So basically, skinny people went to the doctor, and
the doctor said you're fine, carry on with your life.
Oh, just said, you're sick, this and that, this is what you can do. And they go, great, perfect. And the fatter the people got, like, they would have added in there, like, you're, like, they say to me, like, you're a little bit overweight. And I'm like, yeah, I understand, I'm going to do some more exercise, I'm going to eat less. I'm sure you've done the same, like, I'm getting fat, I understand that. As soon as they reach a certain fat threshold, the doctor will be like, look, it'd be really good if you lose some weight. They basically go fuck yourself. You're wrong. And the fatter they get, the more they think that the doctor is just out to get them, rather than to actually assist.
And then when they get really fat, they just hear, "What are you doing? You're gonna knock the wine over!" That was a really bad Italian.
It was great. You're getting there. You're getting there. All right, you got another news article?
Yes.
Because then I want to listen to Abbie Chatfield. I want to lead into the Abbie Chatfield podcast. I didn't even take clips because I listened to the first 10 minutes. I'm like, we have to listen to this on the show. It's amazing.
Turch.
Yes.
A person has hacked Russia.
Wow.
But they hacked the Russian taxi cab app and sent hundreds and hundreds of taxis to the one location in Moscow, causing huge traffic jams.
Oh, that's amazing. What a waste of time. Now, the question is, is this an act of war? And I'll tell you why I think that. Okay. Do you remember years and years ago, Sony was attacked by North Korea?
No.
And they released a whole bunch of private emails between directors and like, CEOs and executives and all that sort of. And they just released them all, including passwords for people's Sony accounts for their. And the North Koreans attacked this American company, because Sony's owned by like Japan or something. But they attacked the American arm, and that's Sony. Why. Remember that it was because of that film, the one with James Franco about like the interview, like the one that they were going to they interviewed the Kim Jong-un.
Yes.
But that Sony attack happened, and Obama came out and was like, "Oh, this is a really like bad thing to happen. Sony should have stepped up to the plate and fought these terrorist type activities." And I thought that was a really stupid thing to say, because Sony's not an army, they're a company trying to make money.
Well, a political election was coming around the corner, and you know.
But is the government, or like the North Korean constituents attacking a private company in America, is that an act of war?
Oh, it happens all the time.
I'm assuming that it does.
It happens all the time. Just imagine how fast the internet would be if we didn't have everyone hacking each other.
I know, we could download porn so quickly. So much OnlyFans, Kieran. You can finally get all the...
And that's how we get through the recession. Porn stars need people to stop hacking so that we can get faster internet.
Yeah. No. What we need is slave labour back. That's what we really need. They built the pyramids.
Every time someone talks about virtual reality and there's talking about like, you wear glasses and you'll see like the augmented world and all of that. And I was just like, that is just porn. That is just 3D porn.
This is why, I've said this on the show, I think NFTs are like the Beanie Babies, because NFTs have no porn application. And that's why I think it's just a scam.
The porn industry will tell us if virtual reality is going to take off.
There's VR porn.
There is, but talking not like VR is really clunky because you've got to carry this big headset around. It needs to become more like glasses.
Yeah.
That are way more convenient.
But then everyone will just be on the train watching porn.
Yeah, basically.
Whacking off. Well, speaking of whacking off,
I'm
going to read this headline.
Yeah.
And then you're going to tell me, and then I'm going to ask, I'm going to say something, and then I'm going to ask a question.
Okay.
Let go of the guilt. Making the case for masturbating on your lunch break. Now, that's the headline.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to say something, and that something is, this was written by a woman. Okay. Now I'm going to ask...
So we're talking about female masturbation or male masturbation?
Okay,
or both?
This was written by a woman. Okay. So I'm assuming female. And now I'm going to ask a question. If this was written by a man...
Yes.
How quickly would he be fired?
Oh, yeah, very...
This is only acceptable by 1/2 of the population. Like, if I was writing for any... You know what? If I was an independent writer and I was just writing articles and this website picked it up, and then a co-worker saw this, or my boss saw that article that said, let go of guilt, masturbating on your lunch break is A-okay. I think there would be a discussion to be had by me and the management team about what's
now, Turch, if I was on your management team,
go here?
I'd have to make sure that there are a lot of managers in this meeting.
It would be everybody. Just line them up.
There would be like 17 of us, and then you.
See, I've got the... Can you perform under pressure? Welcome to lunch, bitch.
And they'll be like, welcome to the sanctum.
Yeah, that's right. We all do it. We all do it at lunch. Yeah, I think... it's such a... To be able to write something like this and have everybody go, yes, it's okay to do it. Or have people not care. It's such an entitled thing to have. Because again, if women can talk about masturbating whenever they want. Right?
Agree, yes.
You know, if girls are, I masturbated last night, it was fantastic. Most guys will go, yeah, okay, it's pretty cool. Women will be like, oh, you go, girl. But a guy goes, oh, I needed to get back to work, so I had a jerked off. That's 10 minutes done.
This almost is like that. This is almost the equivalent of what you said a couple of episodes ago. Peeing in the spa is okay. Standing up and pissing into the spa.
Different story altogether. And I think that's the dichotomy that we're currently looking at in this sort of situation. Which leads me, ladies and gentlemen, to Abbie Chatfield's podcast. It is back, and she's just released a couple of days ago. Let me just make sure I get it right when the recording is. She only recently released a new episode.
I do love her. I do love her podcast. Today.
Right. And look, I was going to listen to it all. It's a 42-minute episode. And I thought, I'm going to get all these clips. It's going to be fantastic. And I started listening to it. I got 9 minutes in. And I thought to myself, you know what? Fuck it. Everything she says in this episode, she's obviously a bit drunk.
Excellent.
She has to be. Because I didn't let Jess do it. I said, Jess, can you please listen to this? And then I forced her to listen to it. And she said, this is pure cringe. She's obviously drunk. Let's get the episode going. So this episode is called Feeling Very Single and Slutty.
Okay.
Do you want me to read the description of the episode?
Sure, why not?
Yes, Abbie's broken up with Conrad. And yes, she's letting her trauma run free as she fact-time fucks. I think she's meant to say FaceTime, but it's written fact-time fucks like there's no tomorrow. And disclaimer, this episode's content is not to be used as medical advice. If you have any symptoms or concerns, please visit your GP.
Interesting.
So in this one here, she has Dr. Shia Wadwali as a guest, but We don't even get to that bit of the show. So we're just going to listen to it. We can pause it whenever you want, Kieran, because I know you love her so much.
This episode of It's being recorded today. The Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. Hello, everyone.
Here we go.
What day is it? It's Tuesday. Big weekend for the Chatfield. Finally announced a breakup. We've been broken up for a very long time. Now, before anyone comes on here and posts in their little fucking Facebook groups and is like, shit, it seems like really cold and really unbothered. It happened 2 months ago. I'm completely fine. Completely fine.
That doesn't sound fine. If it was fine, you would just go, I'm just ignoring it.
Yeah, I've moved on.
It's like, my partner and I broke up, but on to new things.
She doesn't have a quota. She doesn't have to get so many episodes out.
I don't know.
Okay.
In fact, I'm wonderful. So nothing bad happened. I said this on my stories, but I'll just reiterate. Nothing bad happened. Nothing dramatic happened. Just weren't right for each other. And I feel like my natural baseline is single and slutty. And I feel, honestly, I know, and this has nothing to do with Conrad being anything bad. I just talk about myself. I won't ever speak about the relationship. But in terms of how I feel right now, it's I'm back to the equilibrium, you know what I mean? I'm
See, my natural state is both single and a whore.
Oh, I love you, Abbie.
Back to the equilibrium. I know what's coming up, so this is very exciting to me. You're just got no idea, but you're gonna love what's coming up. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's keep playing.
I'm single. I'm slutty. I've got a roster. I'm actually, I probably shouldn't say that in case anyone is. No one that I fuck would care enough to listen to my podcast. Well, I haven't fucked. Well, I've fucked some.
So she's got a roster of people that
she fucks. Yeah.
That she's gonna fuck. Well, she's going to fuck because she hasn't been able to because she's been in a relationship.
But I haven't fucked anyone that exciting from the roster because I've done what I always do, and I've got all these people who are overseas on the roster. It's very nice to wake up every morning and have a DM from someone because of the time zone. So I'll upload a thirst trap, and I know I wake up with 4 DMs being you look so hot. And I'm
So guys, don't give any attractive women any more power than they already have. Just call them ugly, fat whores and bitches. That's what I'm learning from this. Because otherwise you give women like Abbie a sense of entitlement for this behaviour. Kieran, you got any psychological advice?
She's got these men, this roster wrapped around her finger.
No, I don't think so.
You don't?
I don't think so, because definitely what's coming up. I think that she thinks that she can have anyone at any time, but I think that these guys are just gonna fuck her and leave her. And she's obviously she came out of a relationship. She obviously wants some companionship. She's not really. She doesn't know that she wants that, but when you see something in a film, and you go, oh, everything was okay, and then you leave the film, the cinema, and you go, oh, that wasn't right. I don't know what was it, but something just, nah. That's what this is right now.
Okay, all right.
Thanks. So, feeling very single and slutty. Should be the episode title maybe, because I don't know. I'm so glad that I can be out and single now. Because I haven't been single since I've been single and not in lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm just glad that she's promoting feminism.
This is the most feminist thing I've ever heard.
Conrad the week after. And love him, and that was great. Not that that's a bad thing at all, but
do you really? See, this is what I'm saying. She keeps talking about his ex-partner.
I have no idea where. She's bouncing around, which is.
Oh yeah, there's no consistency about what she's talking about. You would have we got articles, we got a rant, and we got
structure.
A little bit of structure. We know what we're going to talk about. We give ourselves some time to breathe. We let the other person talk. She's obviously talking to her producer here. And the sound quality, I don't know if you've noticed.
What the fuck does her producer do?
Oh, I don't know. There's a sound guy that edits the sound as well, and the sound is not very good.
Oh.
But let's get going.
We were in lockdown for 6 months. I met him the weekend after lockdown ended. And then before that, it was like May. And then I've just been like on and off with like the same old before that, you know, like, and then it was lockdown before. So I'm like fully single. I'm fully mingling. Also, not to be a wanker, but I haven't ever been like this famous and single.
You texted me. She's like, "Do you know Abbie or whatever?" And I was like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?"
I don't mean to sound like a wanker, but I've never been this famous and single. So here we fucking go. Can you be more up your own ass?
She's a D-list.
Oh, Zed. You know, if people outside of Australia can't name you, you're not a celebrity. Mm-hmm. You know,
you're just well known.
Yeah, you're just an Australian celebrity.
Do you remember that show, Thank God You're Here?
Yes.
They went around saying, "Oh, we have well-known Australian personalities." They didn't even go out and say we have Australian celebrities.
No,
it was just
personalities.
Well-known personalities.
Mind you, what's his name? Not Sam. Ed Kevley came out of that.
Yeah,
and he's great. He's more popular and well-known than Abbie is, and Ed's not that well-known.
Yeah, Ed is not well-known. Ed is known in Australia. That's it.
That's it, you know. You know who's a well-known celebrity? Adam Hills. Well-known in the UK, well-known here. You know.
Not known anywhere else.
Who's a famous celebrity? Like a celebrity?
Jim Jeffries.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Australian.
Yeah.
Knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Very exciting times.
We don't have a lot of A-list exports, do we? Yeah.
Wiggles. A-list celebrities. Are you ready for some more?
Yeah, let's do it.
Like, not to be a fucking wanker, but like, I've never just had people want to fuck me so much. So yeah, everyone, I'm like single and I'm also trying to not get into a relationship for at least a year. But look, knowing me, I'm sure I'll date someone else. I'm sure I will. I'm actually quite concerned about one of them at the moment. One of them's getting a bit unruly. Similarly, I am as well. And I'm like obsessed with this one person.
So, Kieran, I know you've been in her DMs. Let's hear about Kieran.
You wouldn't listen to this podcast. Surely not. If you are, turn it off. Turn it off, you little cunt. So...
I think she's drunk.
She has to be drunk.
Yeah.
Super horny all the time. I'm like, I actually couldn't sleep the other day after FaceTime sex because I was so horny. I woke up like 3 times to masturbate in the middle of the night.
FaceTime sex is hot.
Okay. I'm a guy.
Yeah.
I've been a 16-year-old boy, 15-year-old boy. And even I haven't had to wake up 3 times in the middle of the night to have 3 different wanks. That's the level of might as well be a prostitute at this point. You're another man.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever had this level of...
I've probably had that level maybe like twice in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after FaceTime sex...
No, guys ejaculate, and once we ejaculate, we're like it's a nap. We're done.
Have a sandwich, go to bed.
Yeah,
that's it. This is why we can't masturbate at lunchtime. Nothing gets done after that.
So
3 times.
I woke up like continuously because I was like, I'm still so horny because this person is so hot, and I'm just like upset. Like, not even like with them, but just like they're just so hot. Like I haven't wanted to fuck someone this badly. I actually can't remember the last time. I'm sure it's happened, but I feel like maybe it was my like ex-boyfriend when I was like 22. Was the last time that I was like, I can't sleep because I want to fuck you so badly, and I know you'll be. I mean, what if he's a bad root though?
So they haven't even had sex.
Last week you're like, I wonder what her relationship with her father's like.
You just know it's not very good. Oh, you want some more?
Yeah.
I want to get to the 8-minute mark where I sort of left off, and then we can close the show out. Here we go.
Classic me. I'm like, yes. I'm full. Also, it's so much fun when I'm talking about this finally. Fuck. And yes, I'm fully aware that the reason why I talk to all these people overseas is because it stops me from having emotional connection and it's me being avoidant. I don't care anymore. I'm actually don't care. I've decided to just let my trauma run free for a little while. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm still going to therapy. I'm sorting it out.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you're an expert.
I'm just amazed that her train of thought.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? She has to be on something.
I'm just thinking of it like a dog you take to the park and it just follows its nose.
Yeah.
And if you don't actually supervise it, your dog's gone.
That's right. You need someone to keep her in line, keep her on track. That's what a producer should be. Like, I keep you on track, you keep me on track. We produce each other. Like, we keep it...
Keep it tight.
Keep it tight.
But maybe sometimes I can't always be going against the grain of what I want to do, Oh, it's healthy for me. Don't care. I'm horny. The world is ending. Climate change is imminent. Like, let me just have fun. What the
fuck was the climate?
Keep playing.
Adrenaline pumping from having like 7. I have literally, I think 7 people on my roster. And when I'm saying roster, I don't mean like I'm fucking them all, or even like they mightn't even know that I want to fuck them. But they're on the radar, dolls.
This is what that means. She's like, I got this massive roster of people I'm gonna fuck. They don't even know that I want to fuck them. They're just on my. They're just people at this point.
She's shortlisted. Okay.
And we talk, like a little voice note here and there. And I'm like, well, if you're ever in my city. See how naughty I am now?
I love it.
Oh my God,
I'm living
so
for
happy.
this. I'm living
How
for this in your
desperate.
huge water bottle that you're sucking from.
Yeah, I want to suck from a huge fucking...
It's just so on theme, like...
Big fat fucking
Never
water bottle.
seen a water bottle this thick.
Big juicy fucking water bottle. You like Also, I almost squirted the other day. Almost.
Do you remember she was saying, I don't squirt?
Yeah.
Apparently from her masturbation settings.
It's a big one.
Okay, so I was on FaceTime to this person. This one that I cannot sleep after having FaceTime. God, I hope he doesn't listen to this because it's so embarrassing and I want there to be mystery. Is there a way that we can like block a user from listening?
No, but I think, do they know that this is how much they turn you on or not?
Oh my God, yeah.
Well, then there's nothing.
We were on the phone just then and I was like, I'm in traffic and I can feel every part of my pussy. Like I was like, but he was just like figuring out flights or something. And I was like, oh my God, you're so hot. You're so fucking hot. I'm fucking obsessed with you, you fucking big cock. Fuck. Like, I'm like, fuck, I'm actually an animal lamb. Like, I'm actually, like, I feel like I'm 17. I feel like I'm fucking...
hot. That's hot. Let it flow. Let it flow. That's what we're here for.
Okay, thanks, lamb. Because I'm really...
Yes.
How old's Abbie again?
27, 28.
Okay.
She's past that 25-year-old barrier that Mia Khalifa was talking about. Her brain, technically, is fully formed at this point.
Oh, dear.
Ever. And I just...
The floodgates have
Oh
opened.
my God. If I fuck this person and it's even average, like I feel like I will come like 15 times. You know what I mean? Like, when you're so into someone, you're like, you could just scrape the right word, but like just like touch my pussy with your hand like at dinner and I would probably be dripping and almost come.
Touch my pussy with your hand at dinner.
Oh, at a beautiful restaurant.
What a high class woman this is. What a high
Remember, McDonald's. Not Hungry Jack's, McDonald's.
She's no chew burger. She's definitely the another 30 seconds, another minute.
Yeah, let's do it.
You could listen to the whole thing, couldn't you? It's so good.
No, I love Abbie, but at the same time, like, you have not said anything different for how long we've been listening to her?
7 minutes.
For 7 minutes.
Yeah.
This chat, like, luckily I'm not ovulating. Otherwise, that would have been like way too hot for me. Fucking hot to want someone, and especially if you're far away and you can't get them.
I know.
So hot.
But I think I'm going to get them this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like they're not, then a lot of them are Australian, but they're just away.
Okay.
Or they're just like they live somewhere else, but they come back. So it isn't like it's like, I mean, a few of them are different nationalities. You and Oscar know about one of them that we have a plan for.
Let's
Keep
just
listening.
say It's a Lot is going to take place across different continents.
Guys, we're literally
We're going to get a lot of frequent flyer points.
Yeah.
Now remember, Oscar does, or someone does audio editing, and that's the sound of Oscar's voice.
Oscar's voice there.
Mile high, baby. But yeah, it's nice to want someone. It's also nice to FaceTime fuck so hot. Like this person I was FaceTiming, like he was like, because we'd spoken on FaceTime, and then
Well, what else do you do on FaceTime? What else do you?
So we spoke on the phone call. You know what we did at the old bowling alley? Bowled.
You know what I did at the pub?
Had
Drank.
beers, yeah. I think we can leave it there.
Okay, yeah.
Amazing. Just released today. This is fresh off the printing press. Oh,
Fucking brilliant.
she's great, isn't she? Have you listened to the latest episode of? Do you listen to Who Are These podcasts at all?
Haven't listened to them for a while.
Okay, listen to the latest episode
Yeah.
of Who Are These podcasts. They're reviewing with reviewing a podcast called the Female Dating Strategy, and it's got Danny Poltercheck on it, and he's great. He's been going through each of these episodes on his live stream, but they review it, and it's very similar to this. Like, it's a bunch of women trying to give women dating advice. And it's just it's not good advice.
Oh, Who Are These podcasts? Brilliant.
I love those guys. Well, Kieran, look, we can continue to listen to Abbie because I haven't listened to the rest of this, but maybe we can do some more for next time.
Next time.
I think so. So yeah, very exciting times, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, we're gonna watch. If you would like to come down and see Northern Prost, my band, play. If you're in Australia, if you're in Melbourne, come down to the Palling Brothers Brewery in Heathcote, October 22nd, 8 p.m. Book a table, come down, sing, dance, take some photos. Kieran will be there too for you to sign your butts and your boobs. It'll be very exciting times. But if you
Can I sign your butt?
you can sign my butt.
Excellent.
I've had Trench sign my butt before.
Oh, fantastic.
And if you'd like to follow us, we only do One Take Podcast on social media. Please do it. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. You can give us a review on Spotify, on SoundCloud, and on iTunes. And if you'd like to send us some hate mail, some death threats, some rant or clips from the Abbie Chatfield podcast, please do. You can send it to us at weonlydoonetakePodcast@gmail.com. Kieran, so good to have you here.
Fantastic.
And go Pies.
Fuck you. Go Frio.
And we'll see you next Thursday.